Jackson.
Justin. Hello. Happy Sunday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We know that you've gotten used to us doing these on Mondays,
My fault.
and just when we think we have settled, we twisted up on you. Uh, my wife is so aggravated because
Sorry.
it's like, is it Sunday? Is it Monday? Are you doing Tuesday? What day is this week?
It's hard
Well,
to even know what day it is in general.
I hear you. I hear you. But yes, no, it is Sunday. It is noon. It is the 13th of November, and we are here to record episode 165 of the podcast. Before we jump into it, we'll wait till we get a dozen we got a dozen people, and we've got Blossom and Terry in Derek's corner. Hassan, hello to you. Cynthia Bingham, nice to see you. Hope Michael's well. Oh boy, people jumping in. Um,
Ooh.
our friend John helped me out yesterday at Universal, and I'll be talking about that.
Ooh.
Real, and he's still eating more holiday food. I do not know how the man does it.
Try the
Hello,
turkey
N.
sandwich. I want to see if it's like last year.
Um, the turkey sandwich. Yes, I did not get to taste that, but I did get to taste that roast beast sandwich, and that was fantastic.
Ooh.
Vince, hello. Happy World Kindness Day to you as well. We missed you last week. Okay, well, Michael, I hope he has a good Sunday. We'll see him next week, I'm sure. Brian, where's Carly? Carly, yes, it's like Where's Carmen San Diego? We will play Where's Carly this week in just a moment. Um, and I have not yet watched the Grogu short. That is on my agenda to watch today. Hey, Blossom and Terry, good to see you. And hello, everyone. All right, so I think we've got almost 2 dozen people, and that is a good sign that it is time for us to kick off this week's show in 3, 2.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 165 of the Attractions Podcast, sponsored by MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I'm Seth.
And I'm Carly.
And we're here again to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what's going on in our own lives. And Carly, where in the world are you, and how in the world have you been?
I am in Branson, Missouri, in the
Mm.
Ozarks, to do all things Christmassy. But most importantly, I went to Silver Dollar City. It was my first time going to their Christmas festival,
Oh,
and it was amazing.
I've heard great things about their holiday celebrations. What was a highlight for you of what you
So
got to do?
there's a lot going on. There's entertainment, there's parades. My highlights were they have outstanding seasonal food booths.
Mm.
So much like the festivals we're used to at other theme parks, I will say I was with a group of about 4 people, and so we were able to really get a lot because we would just take like a bite of something and share. We tried about a dozen things. It was some of the best seasonal food I've ever had
Mm.
from a theme park food festival.
Well, you have been all around for seasonal theme park food, so that is a bold statement.
Right.
Um,
It was inspired menus. They had, like turkey dishes, they had soups. They let their employees bring their family recipes, and then they narrow them down, and then they kind of recreate it for
oh,
the guests, which is so
that's
cool.
amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
we had this like roasted acorn squash mac and cheese, which sounds crazy, but it was
Ooh.
just really good. And then the other thing is so they have 6.5 million lights, and they have a village set up, and it is much like Osborne Family Lights that were
Oh,
at
wow.
Hollywood Studios. You walk through,
Mm.
it was just incredible. If you can get here, this was, I would say, I think the best theme park Christmas event, but they win all the awards for it, so it's not really
Yeah.
surprising, but it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, I mean, I think between Dolly and Silver Dollar, there's probably some tight competition for the best Christmas event.
Right.
But
Oh,
I
I
got
won't say what I think is better, but
I got to do a Christmas event too. Thanks to attractions, I got to go and cover Universal's media night for their holidays. And all the old favorites are back. The holiday parade with Macy's, back to full pre-pandemic strength with all the dancers. And got to see the Christmas light show on Hogwarts Castle.
Ooh.
We got to meet the Grinch and also Earl the Squirrel, who they debuted that walk around character last year. He's making regular meet and greets this year out by the Hello Kitty store near the front of Universal Studios. So a lot of this stuff is like not really listed on the website, but if you check the app, you have the hours are being listed in the app.
That's gonna be a hot meet and greet.
Yes, absolutely. I don't have any more information on what's happening with that green and red coconut club in City Walk. Hopefully that'll open up soon, but I do hear that's still a thing that's happening.
Right. So
And
when I was there last weekend, they let me
uh-huh,
go inside it. The
uh-huh.
only thing set up, I swear, I walked the whole facility. The only thing set up is a sign in the front.
That you
There
know
was
what
nothing done.
Yeah, I did see that, and I kind of peeked and saw that a lot of the Halloween stuff last I looked was still up in the back and in the second floor. So we'll see what that turns into. But so not a lot brand new about this year's, but if you love the Grinch show, it's great in that old Blue Man Group theater, and they had some fun food. There's a green Grinch cookie that they sell as a ice cream sandwich, and I give a thumbs up to that one.
Yum. Yeah, I saw a lot of people post about that cookie. I was like, everyone's eating a green
Yeah,
cookie.
yeah. The cookie was solid. Cookie was definitely solid. All right. Well, now that we've chatted a bit, I think it is time, without any further ado, for us to jump into the news in the queue. Okay, for our first piece of news in the queue, Disney has introduced dolls in wheelchairs inside It's a Small World in Disneyland, and we are expecting that addition to come to the Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris sometime next year.
Yeah, this is wonderful. It's one thing to speak about inclusion, but to actually make the steps to implement it and bring it to fruition is a great thing.
Yeah, they made a statement that says, at Disney parks, the diversity of our cast members and guests and their perspectives about the world inspire us to keep our parks, experiences, and products in a constant state of becoming more vibrant, more inclusive, more delightful, and more relevant. And that means that there are several dolls using wheelchairs that can be spotted both in the Latin America scene and in the finale. And they've been hand designed and crafted to fit in with the style of the dolls and the sets, and to blend in with all the other characters. And I think that's a great addition to the message that It's a Small World has always had since the very beginning of diversity and inclusion.
Right. I like the way they did it. Like you said, it's meant to blend in because that's what inclusion is about.
Hmm.
It's you can notice it, you might not even notice it
Hmm.
because it's just, it's just normal.
Yeah. Um, this is obviously kind of part of a series of updates that they're doing across all of the parks. Jungle Cruise had some of its problematic elements finally removed. The Splash Mountain is getting turned into Princess and the Frog. But this one didn't get any hype. It's like they didn't announce this at D23 and show us concept art and everything. They just kind of did it
Yeah.
as part of the, and I almost, I not that I don't want them to get appropriate recognition for when they do positive things, but I don't need a million press releases and announcements about every positive step. Just make that part of what we just normally do naturally and just make it accepted and to the point where it's boring and we don't have to talk about it because it just happens all the time.
Right. No, I love the way they did it. Kudos.
Next up, also in Disneyland, the Adventureland Treehouse is coming back with a new name and reopening in 2023. We had all sorts of guesses as to what Tarzan's Treehouse was going to be, and I don't think anyone guessed that it was going to kind of go back to being the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
Right, because we're all craving nostalgia, but we rarely get it delivered in the way that we want, and this was it.
Yeah, so then I think the name officially is going to be the Adventureland Treehouse, but featuring the Swiss Family Robinson. So they say it is going to have a new story, but it seems to be similar to the way the original Treehouse followed different characters from the story and showed you their different rooms and how they've adapted to the jungle. We've got a piece of concept art here of Mother's music room, which kind of seems reminiscent of some elements from the original, but has been updated. And I like the idea that they're showing how everything is fashioned from found objects, natural resources, and pure ingenuity.
Right. And then also the thing that got me excited and so many is little touches of sea, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. So in the concept art, I zoomed in and I'm like, oh, that's a sea flag. And then some of the pieces remind me of the fortress at Tokyo Disney Sea, which is, like the headquarters of Sea. So I was getting some of those kind of vibes. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play into the story.
Yeah. And the one element that I like also is that you are going to be able to climb up into the treehouse to see these various rooms. But if you are not willing or not able to climb these steps, they've also redoing the whole bottom floor on ground level, and that's where the kitchen's going to be, the dining room, and an art studio. So that should give some attraction value to it to people who aren't able to take all those stairs.
Yes, very cool. And, we don't have an opening date yet, but hopefully early 2023. I mean, they've been working on this for a while,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for this to come back. And I'm also excited that in my 2023 Disneyland book, which I wrote way back last spring, I just made the name of this attraction the Adventureland Treehouse because I didn't know what else it was going to be called. And for once, I got it right.
Yes. Oh. No retractions.
Throw a dart at a board, and sometimes you hit. While you're in Disneyland, let's hop over to Knott's Berry Farm, which is becoming Knott's Merry Farm, putting a new twist on some of their favorite shows from Christmases past. And that event kicks off November 18th and is running all the way through January 8th in Buena Park.
Yes, I love Knott's with their seasonal events because they bring back a lot of, returning shows and their traditions for families that come, but then they also update some stuff. So it's kind of a nice blend of some new, there's always something new, but then they also bring back those, family favorites. And for the something new is the new Snoopy on Ice skating show. So they've updated it and it's going to be Snoopy's Night Before Christmas. And they're adding some, technology enhancements and additions. So I think that's going to be really cute.
Yeah, and in addition to the Snoopy ice skating show, there's also a Best Wishes show over at the Camp Snoopy Theater. And then in the Calico Mine stage, Home for the Holidays is a musical review with popular tunes. The one that I'd be interested in seeing, the Birdcage Theater. This is interesting if you're an English lit fan. A new adaptation of Charles Dickens' tale, A Christmas Carol, which is titled The Gift of the Magi, which is an O. Henry story. So I don't know if it's a mashup of the two. My favorite version of The Gift of the Magi is the Sesame Street Christmas special where Bert and Ernie exchange their most treasured possessions to Mr. Hooper. So get gifts for each other. Um, other live entertainment, you want to look for those Victorian-inspired calico carolers out in Ghost Town. And also there's the Sleigh Bells, they're a cappella singers in Calico Park, and a bluegrass duo at the Fireman's Barbecue.
Yes, and my favorite, Crazy Kirk and the Hillbillies. So
Yes,
they make
I
it
was going to say
very
they
far.
are always the best. Um,
Yeah,
and
it's wonderful. I love Knott's.
and of course, you've got opportunities to get a photo with Santa. There is some gentle, realistic snowfall because it always snows in Southern California along the pathways of Ghost Town. And as you mentioned, there is always so much great seasonal food
Oh, yes.
at Knott's. Great crafts. It's a good place to go shopping for an old-fashioned gift. Um, it's knots.com is where you want to find all the information. Can highly recommend it for sure.
Definitely.
Okay, well, this is a little bit of sad news
Oh,
over at Universal Studios Hollywood. The animal actors and special effects shows are permanently closing in that park, and we're pretty sure it's to make way for a new roller coaster.
yes. I mean, that's what the, permits and stuff that we're kind
Mm-hmm.
of seeing filter out. Well, that's what we're kind of thinking,
Yes.
which would be
Shout
very,
out to Alicia Stella
yeah.
at Orlando Park Stop. Because she had the rumors on this before anyone else. Um, January 8th. That's it. That's the closing date for both of these long-running shows.
I'm
If
really bummed because I love animal actors. So, like,
Yeah.
a lot of people are familiar with the Orlando one, and that's more, shtick. Here, these are actually actors from movies, and
Mhm.
they tell you like this one was in Harry Potter, so it's the real deal, and I'm so bummed because it was such a good show.
Yeah, yeah. And what I particularly liked, I think they stopped this with the pandemic, but it used to be that if you had express passes or a VIP tour, they had a meet and greet afterwards that you could get up close with some of the animals, and that was really special. And the special effects show was pretty cool too. It
Right.
was kind of like a little bit of the horror makeup show from Universal, and a little bit of the old Wild West stunt show. Some of the things didn't work. For a while, there was a thing where they had a gag with a guest flying through the air in a spacesuit as the finale. But
Right.
yeah, I never bought that. But they did a fire burn. They would light a stunt actor
Oh,
on
yes.
fire on stage, and that was pretty cool to see up front if you got a seat close up. Anyway, so the rumor is that there will be a Fast and the Furious themed roller coaster that will maybe have a loading station where these two attractions currently are, and then go down the hill and then come back up again. There's some concept art and permits, but obviously this is Universal. Nothing has been officially announced. But we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on that project. And my heart goes out to the entertainment staff
Right.
because this is a big chunk. Universal Studios Hollywood calls itself the live entertainment capital of the world, and they need to get back some more live entertainment in the parks. So I hope
Just don't take Waterworld.
there's
Whatever.
still Waterworld. Absolutely, we're holding on to Waterworld. Still my favorite stunt show. Sorry, Bourne, you're a close second.
Yes, no, Waterworld's amazing. It's just so interesting because I just can't believe they're gonna double down on Fast and Furious, like,
Yeah.
why can't we get a Back to the Future roller coaster? That would be so cool.
Don't tease me.
No, I
Don't.
know.
We're lucky we're getting a Back to the Future escape room. At some point.
Yes.
I don't know when. Okay, moving right along. Um, Speaking of Universal, a Universal Christmas is jingling its way into Universal Studios Singapore, starting November 23rd and running through January 2nd. It's going to be lighting up the Singapore park with the magic of DreamWorks and Illuminations and Sesame Street characters.
Yes, and of course, everything over there is always so epic. So we're gonna have all the FOMO here in the States that our events are not as good as theirs.
Well, I have not personally been able to attend one of them, so I can't say that firsthand. But I do know that they've got a Santa's Circus extravaganza going on this year. That's the big headliner, Ringmaster Santa. So I guess Santa and P.T. Barnum have merged into one mecha creature.
Perfect.
And leading an ensemble of 40 performers and Yuletide inspired floats in a parade to Santa's Big Top, where DreamWorks animation characters, including Poe, Tigress, Poppy Branch, and Guy Diamond, await. And there is going to be a nightly snowfall, and that kicks off on November 30th.
Yes, and what I would do if I was going would be doing the Gingy meet and greet. So this is the
Yes.
gingerbread man, who is so cute.
Yes. I mean, we've had Shrek and Donkey and Fiona meet and greets, but I don't believe we have ever had a Gingy meet and greet.
Oh, that is
Um,
so cool.
yes, absolutely. And he's going to be over at Far, Far Away's Milk Bar stage. There's going to be other live entertainment around the park. Santa's Starlets singing Christmas tunes. There's a Christmas ribbon extraordinaire by Rudy, and the festive flame lighter of Farah. Also, Let
Ooh.
It Snow with Santa, dancing under a magical snowfall along with the Snow Girls and the Snowmen.
And more circus stuff.
Yep, holiday meet and greets, game booths, merchandise, and of course, sweet and savory
Ooh.
treats. So if you are over in that part of the world, tickets start at fairly inexpensive compared to the U.S. park.
Right.
$70 for a one-day adult admission. If you're over there and you visit this, let us know how it is.
Please, yes. I'm going to be looking for those Gingy meet and greet pics.
A little closer to home, SeaWorld San Diego has new shows, fireworks, and more to celebrate the holiday season starting November 14th and running through January 8th.
Yeah, this is really exciting. They keep just stepping up their seasonal offerings. They added the Haunt event last year, so now they're, upping their game with the holiday stuff, and that's exciting because it's such a great park.
Yeah, their Christmas celebration this year is going to include America's Got Talent finalist Brian Cheatham leading a new show on the Mission Bay Theater stage called A Stocking Full of Soul. It's going to be the singer and some friends singing and dancing to holiday classics, and that's happening every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday starting the 18th.
Yeah, this is awesome. There's going to be Mrs. Claus Christmas Cavalcade, which sounds amazing. So I'm assuming that's going to be a really awesome parade with performers, live entertainment, and whatnot.
Yeah, and don't miss Donner and Blitzen's Laser Light Show. Set to a Yuletide soundtrack, laser lights lighting up the front of the park twice every night. There's a cappella singing groups and a Christmas Wish fireworks show on select nights in December. And of course, you cannot forget the hot chocolate. I have such a collection of SeaWorld hot chocolate mugs.
Yes, they're so good job.
They're fantastic. They last forever. They are like, it's worth buying the hot chocolate to get the mug because they're great, fit perfectly in your car cup. But I swear to God, we have like 20 of them now. They're filling like an entire cabinet underneath our counter. It's hilarious. All right. Rudolph's Christmas Town is back. There's a Rudolph Roundup scavenger hunt. Sky Tower Tree of Lights is back. The brass band is back. Basically, all of your traditional favorites are back. And if you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, you will be able to do that as well on select dates.
Right. I wonder if Big Bird will be there reading.
Oh,
he's doing that at Orlando.
Yeah. That's interesting because SeaWorld in San Diego, well, they've recently built a Sesame Park in that region, so
Right.
maybe they moved all their Sesame related stuff over there. That's
Yeah.
a good question because no, I don't see anything Sesame related on this SeaWorld's
No. Yeah.
agenda.
Curious.
Well, if you want to know all the details, head on over to SeaWorldSanDiego.com. And now we head to Chicago,
Hmm.
where Harry Potter Magic and Play is bringing the Wizarding World to life for wee ones who are a little too short to go on
Aw.
Hagrid's Magical Creatures.
Yes, this is really cute. So calling all wizards and witches, you can get your robes, your wands, and this is going to debut, the worldwide debut at Chicago's Watertown Place.
Yeah, so this is a collaboration between Warner Brothers and Original X Productions. It's a 30,000 square foot, 3-story experience. So it's not just a little pop-up store. And it's somewhere in between a selfie museum, a hands-on child's interactive museum, and a kind of walk-through exhibit. That takes you through Harry Potter's whole story, from Privet Drive, platform 9 3/4, all the way to Hogwarts Castle.
Yeah, this is really cool. It kind of reminds me of like Kid City, that thing from the 90s,
Hmm.
where you like it's Kid City, but Harry Potter version.
Yeah, it's basically a series of highly detailed photo ops and interactive experiences, and it's kind of intended to be an all ages, all family thing. Your kids, if you want to introduce them to Harry Potter, they're not big enough to really appreciate the rides that are at the Wizarding World at Universal parks. Then this might be a great, first step into that world.
Right. Start 'em young.
Our correspondent Brooke McDonald went and took some great pictures and videos. She's got a great video on her Instagram that we link to on attractionsmagazine.com. I encourage you to go and watch that.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's something good that you can do with your whole family, which is nice.
Mhm.
Maybe they're not tall enough to go on Hagrid's.
Yeah, so some of the things that you can do is you can get a picture sitting under the sorting hat, getting
Ooh,
sorted. You can sit in the boat that crosses the lake to take first years to the castle for the first time. I think that's the first time they've recreated that moment.
right.
There is a Wingardium Leviosa training session where you can swish and flick, and a feather will magically float for you. And then probably the most elaborate thing they've got is a Quidditch training
Wow.
area, where they've got kind of a square model of a Quidditch field, and kids can throw chasers and beaters and seekers around, and kind of get their energy out before they go to the Forbidden Forest, which is
Yes.
kind of like a climbing maze. Looks like something out of a family entertainment center with all the gerbil tubes, except Harry Potter themed.
Oh, yes. And then also they've partnered with Lego. So there's
Yes.
an interactive experience where you can actually, play.
Yeah, no, they've got this cool thing where it's a digital mirror that you stand in front of, and it transforms you into a Lego minifig, and like it'll mirror your actions and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yes. Very, very cool.
All right. Well, and most importantly, they are
Oh,
selling butterbeer at the bar. Unfortunately for parents, it's still non-alcoholic, but it is bottled. So unlike the Universal theme parks, you can smuggle that butterbeer home with you if you want.
and merch, of
Tickets
course.
tickets for this are pretty reasonably priced. They start at $37.50 for adults, $29.50 for kids 9 and under.
That's a good
Uh,
price for
yeah,
all that they're offering.
yeah, and they even offer party rooms. So if you got a Harry Potter crazed kid
Ooh.
near the Chicago area, you want to have a birthday party for them, that's available. Or a Harry Potter crazed adult, I guess. There's no
Yes.
age limit. Um, if you want more information, Harry Potter Magic at Play.com. /Chicago. All right. Next, we head back here to Orlando to Icon Park, where the Santa Workshop Experience has opened for 2022 and will be running as a wintry wonderland all the way through December 24th.
Yes, and I don't know if you're seeing this, we have the article pulled up. That is a great Santa
Oh,
in their
yeah. No, that's no fake beard. That's
that
an
is
authentic Santa right there.
wow, yeah. I was shocked when I saw that. That is amazing. And this is so this experience had origins at Florida's Mall of Millennia.
Mm-hmm.
So they've expanded the workshop and now its home is at Icon Park. It's been there for the last few years. And it's just kind of a nice opportunity for, your whole family to come and do some photos. They have a carousel, the wheel. And then, of course, you can meet the big man himself, Santa Claus.
Yeah. And the kind of neat thing is that, obviously this is a ticketed attraction, but if you come and you do the Santa Workshop Experience, the kids participating get to ride the carousel and the wheel for free afterwards, and their parents get half-price tickets for the wheel. So that's a pretty good deal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to take your family photo with Santa. So
Yeah,
good
yeah.
here.
They even have they themed out a holiday capsule. So they've got Christmas music and decorations inside as you go around the wheel.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And as always, they've got parking for free at their garage, which is always nice because parking on iDrive can sometimes be a hassle. So if you want more information about this, head on over to iconparkorlando.com. Our final piece of news in the queue. We're going to Legoland, California, and we're bringing our ugly sweaters because
Yay.
they're Legoland, California's Christmas celebration kicks off November 19th and runs through January 8th.
Yes, I love a good ugly sweater, and just any opportunity to wear a sweater in a theme park is amazing. And yes, it does get a little bit chilly in San Diego during this time of year, so can't be wearing this to Orlando. So
No, but that's what I love about being at the Southern California area in the fall and winter, that you can break out some of those warm clothes.
yes,
And this is a great opportunity because these events are all, as always, included in your regular Legoland park admission. And it's taking place in 4 seasonally themed areas. There's Peppermint Plaza, Santa's Tinseltown, Wizards Winter Hill, and Sweet Sugar Square. And don't miss that 30-foot tall Lego Christmas tree. That's the centerpiece right in the middle.
right. And then they also have the holiday light show where there may be some snow, and then the Mint Marching Band, and of course Benny's Ugly Sweater Party. And so Benny is the character from the Lego movie. So
Yes.
I think it's a really cute idea.
Yes. And yes, the Benny the rocket guy who loves his ugly sweater. Of course, Legoland does great sweets and treats year round. And for Christmas, they've got rice pudding, they've got crepes, peppermint and bubblegum ice cream. I used to love bubblegum ice cream when I was a kid.
Oh,
But I
wonder
would
how you'd
want
like it now.
I want the Yeti milkshake with
Yes.
donuts on top because that sounds
Right.
good.
They have good treats in Legoland always.
Yes. So yeah, fuel up on sugar, line up for some meet and greets with the Lego Toy Soldier, Gingerbread Man. There is even a photo op where you can pose in Santa's sleigh. And if you make it all the way to December 31st, there is a kids-friendly New Year's Eve party. They set the clocks so that midnight strikes at 7 p.m. You can enjoy fireworks early and then get the kids in bed.
Yes, but not before having a fireworks churro.
Yes.
So this is a
Yes,
churro topped with Pop Rocks. That
Pop
stuck out
Rocks.
to me. Yeah.
Because Pop Rocks make everything better.
Yes, or worse.
Just ask Mikey from the Life cereal commercials. All right, I'm old, and probably half the people listening don't get that reference. If you want to plan your Christmas visit to Legoland, check out legoland.com/California. And before we jump into our final piece of news for the week, it is time to hear a little bit from our sponsor.
The Attractions Podcast is brought to you by MEI and MouseFan Travel. Whether your next vacation is a magical trip to the theme parks, an exciting adventure to the pyramids of Egypt, or just a relaxing cruise on the turquoise waters of the Bahamas, MEI Travel provides premium service and expert advice to help you get the most of your vacation. They are always free of any hidden fees or costs to you. Visit them at mei-travel.com.
It's time for the main attraction!
All right, this week's main attraction, we're taking to the high seas with superheroes because Disney Cruise Line has announced a Marvel Day at sea on the Disney Dream. Will have new characters and entertainment never seen before in person.
Yes, this is really cool. And, one of my favorite things is seeing Mickey and Minnie, just like the normal characters in Avengers gear.
Yes.
Shirts and stuff. And it's so cute. But I know most people are probably not excited about that. They're excited for the actual Marvel characters.
Well, these are happening early in 2023, January and February, coming out of Miami, Florida on the Dream. And they've been doing these Marvel Days at Sea for a while, but this is going to be the biggest one ever with more than 30 superheroes and villains. And some of the new faces that you will finally get to be able to meet in the flesh include Sam Wilson's Captain America, Jane Foster's Mighty Thor, Shang-Chi, Ms. Marvel, Ant-Man the Wasp, Kate Bishop. Along with some of the old favorites, Spidey, right, Iron Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Thor, Loki, and Black Widow.
Right. I think this is going to be, a big hit because now it really feels like they're doing a lot. It's over the top. They have entertainment. They also have some themed food and drinks. When I did the Dream recently, I guess it was 2 months ago, they gave us some preview of the fun, like colorful drinks and food that they're going to be doing. And so I think that's going to be really popular.
Yeah, and they've also got entertainment. They have updated and upgraded the Heroes Unite show, which is the kind of the deck party show that involves special effects. There's stunts, there's pyrotechnics, and you might want to look out overhead, watch your six. Because a hero might swoop over you to save the ship. So I think that maybe that zip line that they use for the Pirates Night might get put to use.
Oh, yes. I'm excited for the adult-only dance party that is led by Star-Lord.
Star-Lord and the Ravagers partying all night. What could possibly go wrong? And one I think is pretty cool, they are doing a Doctor Strange show, which I imagine is maybe similar to his Mystic Art show that they do in Disney California Adventure at Avengers Campus. But this one involves Wong and also Agatha Harkness, who one of my favorite villains. So that one should be fun to see. And the kids, I'm kind of jealous. They get to have interactive training sessions in the kids club with Steve Rogers and Black Widow and Hawkeye. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm always jealous of the kids club on those ships. They're absolutely amazing.
So this kicks off in January, and it's going to take place on 9 different sailings, and these are 5-night sailings that include a night at or a day at Disney's private island, Castaway Cay. The only thing that worries me is, I feel like when I go on a cruise, I need 3 or 4 days of just relaxing. That if with only a 5-night cruise, and you've got the rotational dining, so you've got like a dinner show or something every night, and then you've got this added in, you've got I assume they still do Pirates Night.
Yep.
I feel like it's almost overwhelming. It's too much to shove into 5 days.
I
Like,
agree with you.
something's gotta give.
No, yeah, we did the Dream 3 nights, and it was the Halloween one, and so between the normal activities, then all the additional stuff,
There's
you
no
do
way
feel
to see
like
it
you're
all.
running, and it's like you wanna see it all because it's so amazing what they do, but you really need, like, a week to go on these themed ones to
Absolutely,
really do
absolutely.
it. Or you don't have to do anything at all. If you're just so happen to be on a
Yeah.
Marvel sailing, you don't have to do it, though they do it such a great job with making it not really, like,
No,
in
I
space,
it if you don't care about Marvel, you don't have to participate.
right.
They won't make you walk the plank.
But you
Oh, wait,
should
that's Pirate
participate in
Night.
Pirate Night.
Alright. Well, I believe that is going to just about bring it to the end. I want to thank, once again, our sponsors, MEI and MouseFan Travel. I want to thank all of you for listening and remind you, please, pretty please, give us a review on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review or a rating on Spotify. Really helps. And if you want to find more from us and Attractions Magazine on the interwebs, you can always find me at the UG series on Twitter, at the Unofficial Guides on Instagram, and pick up copies of my books at theunofficialguides.com. Carly, where can folks find you?
Yes, I am on Twitter at Carly Caramana and on Instagram at Adventures by Carly.
And finally, you can always find all of us from the Attractions Magazine crew at attractionsmagazine.com, at Attractions on Twitter, at Attractions Magazine on Instagram, at youtube.com/attractionsmagazine, and on TikTok at Attractions. And until next week, I hope that all of you folks stay safe, try something new, but most importantly, have fun. And we'll see you
Yes.
next time. Bye.
Hi.